The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, time to pick your poison.
Shall we
God,
say
the drops.
Player to another?
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. This is your host, Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
Joseph DeGolier.
And Caleb Craig.
It's a wonderful week. Has it been?
It's been good, Cam. It's been good.
It's been good. Cameron, you're just going to talk this whole time. We'll watch you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just literally just stare right at you.
A few things to start off this week. We're going to pick a new Uber game for all of us to play. But before that, what has everyone been playing?
We're also going to review Call of Duty World War II today.
I was going to let that slide until later.
Gonna let that be a surprise.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Call of Duty World War II review title for the episode
Well, yeah, they should already know.
might spoil. What have we been playing this week?
Yeah.
That is a good question. I have been playing a pretty good amount of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Not as much as last week, but I think I've still put like 5 or 6 hours into it this week pretty easily. Did a decent amount of that. I played a shitload of Call of Duty World War II. I had a free Redbox rental for a video game if I reserved online. So I reserved it online, went and picked it up, rented it, and I was planning on beating it in one day, but I didn't quite have enough time, so I rented it for another day. I spent $3, and I ended up beating the game on Veteran. So that was a pain in the ass, surprisingly. And
Surprisingly.
yeah, most of the COD games are kind of fucking easy, but
Are they?
yeah, they are. But this one has a health system instead of stamina, so it's not easy.
Not that classic.
Classic
Well,
has a health
Classic has
system
health
with
system.
no health.
Yeah.
You just have the one mission.
This
and
one
then-
has a health system with lots of health to pick up.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but when you're playing on Veteran, it doesn't matter if you can't fucking get
It's
to the health
whether or
if
not you
die.
can use it
Yeah.
in time to save yourself.
So I played a shitload of that game, finished it up, obviously. It takes 2 to review. But that is it. I bought a starter guitar this week, but I did not get a chance to play Rocksmith. I bought it the last day I had off, the last evening. And then it was the first day I had off. And then I played Call of Duty because I had rented it, and I was like, I got to finish this game. And then I waited till the next afternoon, and then I had to go to work. So like I didn't have time to play my fucking guitar that I spent $250 on.
Oh, where'd you get it?
Best in Music. It was decent, and I got a sweet strap.
Should have just gone to
You
a
should have
pawn
spent
shop.
$20 more and gotten a stand as well. By
I
the way.
should have gotten a stand. Yes, I am going to use your guitar case probably with the bullets.
I don't think it can fit. That guitar
It might
case,
be a little long, actually.
That guitar case is custom made for the guitar shape that's in it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how custom that leather
Yeah, don't be.
is. There's like a
forcing
giant
that
hole
thing.
on the top. Like that was there.
That's quite the extensive leather case, though. By the
It
way.
is, yeah.
It is.
So I bought that, and I bought this fucking guitar strap that has like, it's like white with blue stripes on it. It's like the all-American guitar strap to hold on to me, and I was like, this is the one. This is the one I'm taking home with me today, because I hate not having a strap. It's a pain in the ass.
I agree with you. Some people get so used to playing without a strap that they create kind of bad habits, like putting their left hand on their knee and shit like that. And as soon as they have to play standing up, they're fucked.
Yeah, I don't want that.
So they got to relearn how to hold the guitar.
I want to be able to sit and then occasionally stand and play, so...
Yeah.
Because standing, I don't know, it just feels more
It
natural.
feels better to stand and play.
I can't do
on
those
Rocksmith.
Slayer triplets if I'm sitting. You know? I can't do them anyways.
You're not
but-
going to be able to do the Slayer triplets for at least 3 years. And you would have to be vigilant.
Do you underestimate my power?
You underestimate my speed. You saw how fast I can press buttons.
Twice the fastest hands in the West.
Yeah.
Schweiss to me, and I'm sorry, this is not a negative thing. He's not a guy who does things on the regular.
So you mean he's like a normal person who has great goals, but then has trouble making them a habit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what it takes to learn an instrument is dedication for long periods of time. It's like someone who goes to the gym all the time. It's that kind of thing. You have to decide that it is important enough in your life that you will put out at least 30 minutes a day.
Look, I did more Rocksmith than Cameron did.
You did.
So I feel like if we're going to call someone out on not being regular,
I'm not.
Pretty
my
regular.
periods have been regular
I
for
do
years,
agree
too.
that
I
it
haven't-
is.
I haven't been delayed
I have a
once.
bowel movement every morning at the exact same time. I'd say I'm pretty regular.
See, yeah, and I don't. I don't, so you might be right. I shit every few days. Like a normal man.
I am saying that you are right, Cameron. It is pretty normal for that to be your default mode, is not to be regular, not to have some sort of dedication.
It takes effort and passion to make something a habit.
Here's the deal. It's a good skill to learn as a kid. Might be a little tougher as a 20-something-year-old later on, or even worse later on than that, to create a new habit of doing a habit. That's not destructive. that is in some way growing. So I think that as a kid, I think most of my discipline I ever learned was by learning guitar.
For me, it's always remembering that the goal is always better than the current discomfort it might cause. And that's what forces me to keep doing whatever I want to set as a habit.
Okay.
I just want to be better at the guitar than Joe. That's going to take years. So.
Let's see
Well, I'm
if you
not
keep
very
doing it.
regular with
Yeah.
my practice now,
Yeah, that's true.
but you do have to.
If I played for an hour a day for the next year, I could probably be close.
I don't know what you guys' problems with not being regular. Caleb did just talk about
depends on
shit
how
shows.
you use that hour.
That's true.
It
If I
really-
use it playing fun songs,
It really
maybe not.
depends on how you use that hour.
Like I can play 3 songs way better
And
than
I
you.
promise
Get that
you,
thing regular.
the way would not be through
Probiotics.
Rocksmith. Yeah.
Got to do lessons.
You would have to do
Maybe
very
occasional
dedicated,
laxatives.
specific learning of certain pieces that push you.
So that's part of why I felt Rocksmith was great and fun, and like on your off time practicing, it's fun.
Yeah.
But I think I would still learn more and better if I had an actual teacher there for the first little bit.
Both would be good because Rocksmith teaches you to finish a song,
Yep.
but you also need to learn I'm having trouble with this very specific movement, and I'm going to sit down here for 45 minutes.
I mean, Rocksmith will help
and
you
I'm
with that
going
too.
to figure out this 4-note sequence, and I'm going to play it over and over
Yeah.
again until it's nothing.
And then Rocksmith lets you slow it down till you kind of get it down, speed it up, speed it up.
It's a pain in the ass,
speed it
though,
up.
in Rocksmith to do that. You can do
It'll
it.
do it
though.
automatically
You're
for
right.
you.
You can do it. I think the automatic thing for Rocksmith to do is to keep going on the song and adjust
You can
it.
pause
If
and
you
like
pause
replay.
it and tell it to replay a certain section, and slow it down.
Yeah.
It'll keep playing it until you can get it at the slower speed. Speed it up and keep speeding it up until you can get it full speed.
You can.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the same thing. as sitting
personally, I would rather do it without the music playing over and over again. I'd rather just I remember that song, that Incubus song, Drive. Doom, 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 doom. Those 2 chords, for me at whatever I was, 13, that was a tricky switch because the second chord was like a weird chord. And so learning that switch, you had to do the first chord, then take both your hands away from the guitar, and then do the second chord, take both your hands away from the guitar, and that teaches, and you do that over and over and over. I don't think slowing the song down, I think that would create mistakes more easily and bad habits on a certain chord.
And see, that's where I feel
That's where a teacher would come in.
You need a teacher because he can teach you the correct
Or
habits
I
that you
just-
can then take into practice.
Or I
later.
literally just saved you spending money on a teacher and just told you how to practice the guitar. Just right now. You're welcome, guys.
You know,
That's how
Joe,
do it.
maybe to help you get practicing the guitar again on the regular and earn some money is to start teaching us guitar lessons. How about that?
I've offered it. You never paid.
I'm not paying.
I think
I'm
we
not
had
going to pay, Joe.
last time I had a guitar system,
Also-
guitar teacher. It was a barter system.
I would
so.
need you guys to practice. It would drive me nuts if you did. Other teachers have to deal with that. They have to deal with some students who practice and then some students who don't, and their mom takes them to their
No,
teacher
Joe,
every week.
If you come next time with a guitar, a easy but not too easy guitar lesson, I will practice it.
Just learn Enter Sandman. It's easy.
Okay.
It's easy and you'll feel good.
Got nothing else matters until it
Nothing
gets
else
not easy.
matters is easy up until the actual, like, when he starts singing.
You did get me the tab for that for Christmas, like
There you
a whole bunch of Metallica songs. So
There you go. Use them.
I will.
All right. Congratulations on buying a guitar. This is the guitar podcast.
Even though I don't play
Even
guitar.
though you don't play.
Yeah, why would you ever do that? Why would you buy?
Why would you buy something?
Even though not only does he not play, he doesn't know how.
I'm musically inclined. I can
There was
do
this
music.
other thing that Caleb said the other day, and I totally used that phrase on him. Why would you do that, Craig? You don't actually do that.
I don't care. I don't really care.
You don't care?
No, I
I
don't.
don't care. Do you
Don't
still
worry
feel
about
that
it.
way about someone buying a drum set?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I'm just gonna kill you.
So I don't really.
I'm sorry. Are you better at the
Just to
guitar? Are you
put you
better
out
at
of
the
my
drums
misery.
now?
He's better than he was
Yes,
before.
I am better at the drums now than I was when I didn't have a drum
Then
set.
why does none of your music have any of the drums?
Because there's other factors involved
Okay,
here.
there are other
Uh-huh.
factors,
I'm sure
including
there are.
last time we tried to record live drum tracks here.
People got
People got
pissed.
pretty mad.
Nobody cares about
Yeah,
them.
his neighbor got real mad.
Was this the same neighbor that sabotaged you?
No, but they probably
different
heard
neighbor?
it too, and that's why they hated me. It was because of Joe. Everyone hates me because of Joe.
I'm telling you, we just need to.
Fucking
We need
plague.
to fucking excavate your crawl space a little bit more. And dirt's a great way to start. Keeping the sound not going away.
Yeah, well, that's not what I'd use the soundproof area for. Easy to get rid of some people.
What if I'm thinking about maybe I should
Special
maybe I
swing
should
down
platinum Rocksmith.
That would be sick.
You should.
It has
Do it.
trophies.
It has trophies.
You can
yeah.
platinum it.
It's
God, what does it want you to do?
Everything.
you got to do everything. Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, you know what? I'm
have
gonna look
to
at it.
be the Rocksmith, the one who forges 6 solos.
I can play some solos. I can do like half of the Blackened solo from Metallica.
Rocksmith has a 0.8% platinum.
That's
110
honestly higher than I thought it would be.
110 people out
Yeah,
of
probably because most of the people who
13,800.
buy Rocksmith are people who enjoy playing instruments.
I have a C and I have 8 trophies in it. That's how bad it is. So it is for people who play guitar
Yeah.
and for people who do not have
What if I
trophies.
platinum it?
Otherwise.
What if I platinum it on the bass? That'll be a lot easier.
No,
Oh,
what
yeah?
you should do
Would
is you should. Oh wait, you can't do it with this. Never mind. I was gonna say platinum it on the Dance Dance Revolution pad, but I forgot it's a real game and not fucking. Can you imagine doing like Dragon Force songs on the pad?
Oh, dude,
just
that would
gotta,
be so sick.
You could do some.
You would have to
fucked up.
fucking move.
You could do some fucked up double bass after
I just
that.
don't, how would you do the strum and the like? There has to be constant movement for strumming. I don't know what it would be on the dance.
What is
pad.
the rank on that PSN profile? What does the rank mean? It's like rank A, rank B.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
It's just what grade it is. It's like a letter grade.
Based on what?
Like
Quality? Difficulty?
Based on how far you've gotten in the game. So like it's an average thing. So with Rocksmith, this guy has 89% of the trophies, so he has an A because he's like it's like a scaled thing. It's
Yeah,
like
I guess it
on
just
a,
shows
on
you
a
how
curve.
close to average you are.
Yeah. So A is you're above average. B is it's just like school. C is average. So that guy has like a really
I'm
good
not
amount.
getting it. I'm not getting it.
So it takes how many trophies everyone has earned who's played that game.
Okay.
And it says, well, the median amount of trophies to have earned for this game is this.
And that's
you have
the
earned
C.
this many trophies, and that gives you a C, which means you're right on median. If you've earned more than the average person who's played in that game, then you get a higher letter grade.
Yeah, so it's a curved grading system kind of, but it's
Okay.
so that guy's got a shitload of them
All right.
because he's got 89% of them.
I don't
That's
know
a-
why it's necessary, but it's a thing.
He's a
Okay.
beast.
All right. I played Final Fantasy Tactics Advance exclusively this week, and I played about 18 hours of it. It's been a Final Fantasy Tactics Advance kind of week.
Bell curve, says Chase.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, every time I see one of the other hosts streaming, I hop on immediately and just say gay. I mean, it's okay to troll your, co-hosts, right? I think that's great, isn't it?
I don't know gay code. What
Isn't
does
it-
troll mean?
Depends on what you do, I would say.
I mean, hacking someone's stream and forcing them off is
Hardly
great
hacking.
Yeah.
fun. Don't
You're really hacked in there, Cam.
don't leave your PlayStation logged in on mine.
I don't even remember doing that. I don't even remember being having any contact with your PS4.
Oh man, so I guess in your mind I am a hacker.
I was
And you're the
very
one
curious as to
shitting
how
on
you
him.
Did that? Yeah.
All I did is log in as his profile.
I love how mad you get sometimes too. It's so funny. It's so entertaining. There's nothing that'll cool you off. It's just pure rage.
Nothing to
Only
slake his
time.
rage besides blood.
Only
Yeah.
time cures it.
No, time doesn't cure it. It just smolders
Yeah,
deep.
that's true. Yeah.
All it
it's
needs-
just there in the bank of rage.
All it needs is a good gust of wind to get it flaring again, just like the gust of wind from his lips to the Ethernet cord. As he
Yeah.
tried to blow it off.
That's about how much wind it takes. It worked.
Does it smolder?
Oh
Does
my
it smolder,
God.
Craig?
Oh my God.
You're gonna want to stop talking about that. You're gonna want to stop talking about it. I will destroy you.
I didn't bring it up this time,
I know.
but beautiful. Every time I have to blow into an electronic item, I think of you. I think, is this actually doing anything? Because I remember
Well,
once
it's making you think of me every time you blow. So I mean,
I love to think of you when I blow. See how good at drums he is?
yeah.
It's because he got a drum set. He
expert.
No, I
practiced.
take it back, Joe. You were much better at drums.
Yeah, I'm a good drummer in my mind.
Hey, didn't they actually
I
come
think we
out
all
with
are.
was it early 2000s they came out with the air drumsticks where it's actual fake drumsticks that would make sounds as you pretended to drum with them? I think that's a thing.
Didn't know that was a thing.
I think that's a thing. I have to look that up.
Sounds ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's
Is
a kid's
it
toy.
More or less ridiculous than the cardboard guitar
I would
that makes
say,
sound when you strum it. It's like, why the fuck didn't you just spend $10 more and get a cheap real guitar?
I would say it is less
Or
ridiculous
$5 more
because it's
to get
just-
a ukulele.
because it's a pun at the same time.
the old $10 special.
Or the steering wheel pad that lets you drum along to your favorite songs as you're driving.
Let's do it Slayer. Just like
Hey, let's
can't
say,
drive.
just do it Slayer, and then everybody just do physical movements and
Yeah.
no sound for the podcast.
I made some sound for you guys.
Okay,
the
all right.
double bass there with the tongue flick. Yeah.
who? What were we on? Who's
He's
played?
Craig. What games have you played?
Games.
Oh, it's my turn now. I didn't know that Joe was done.
I only played one game.
Okay. Well, I played a fuckload of Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I have made no dent in it. I only have 11 hearts, and I need 2 more in order to get the Master Sword. And then I started Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory because it came out. And I think I played.
How is that hacker's memory?
It took at least an hour to get into where you can battle stuff.
So what was
one
it?
of those
Was it
games.
was it story? Is that what it was?
It was story. Yep. It was
Jesus.
nothing but story and cutscenes right up until an hour
Jesus.
in.
What's the stated time to beat?
For Hacker's Memory? I have no idea.
No,
Just
for another game you didn't mention yet.
for what?
Sarcasm.
I didn't get that for a second. I have no idea. It barely came
We
out.
know.
So no,
It literally just came out.
don't they let critics play these games
I mean-
first?
It came out on PS Vita or something in Japan, but
Oh, okay. So
They-
the times
they
are definitely going to be
changed-
skewed then.
they changed some stuff when they brought it over here. So I don't know what its time to beat will be. But it was around 60 hours for the last game. And when I started this one up, it let me port
50
over
hours.
some save stuff.
50 hours.
So
Rounding out.
So yeah, it started me from my previous time on the last game.
That's nothing compared to Persona. I did
So
50
already
hours in
have-
3 days. in
I already
Persona.
have 60+ hours.
Wait, it's
in
called
this game.
Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Yes, Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory.
Okay.
What's up with these anime games having like 5 names? It's like a
Dude,
Hispanic child.
Honestly, I have no idea.
One's always Jose.
No, but see, his name is Jose, but his real name is Jose Hector Rodriguez something or another.
Javier.
Like because they do the hyphenated last names.
That is true, yes. 'Cause
So-
they do both.
That's what I was getting at because they have hyphenated last names. It was not a racist comment, so calm down.
You did say they're always Jose, though. You agreed with me. I made it racist. Although the only Hispanic guy at my work is named Jose.
I'm just saying.
There's
I know,
only one?
I'm just
There is
saying.
only one.
I know a lot of Jose's.
honestly a bit
So
surprising.
Hold on. I've worked a lot of shitty jobs. And the percentage tends to be higher in shitty jobs.
Hey, it's the post office. It's not shitty.
Okay.
Make a lot of money.
right.
don't bag on his job. It's a government job. I mean, a government can't do anything shitty, right?
Kind of. It's privately owned. It's privately owned.
Okay. Cameron, what have you been playing?
So this week I played Call of Duty World War II, the sequel to World at War.
Is it really the sequel?
No.
It's the sequel to Battlefield 1.
But I have
some
some things
other
to say
game
about
company
that.
is going to make the sequel to this game.
Yeah.
And then I
Technically,
played.
Black Ops is the sequel to Black
I know,
War.
technically.
Why are they
I was
calling it
joking.
Call of Duty World War II? It's like, hey kids, do you remember when Call of Duty was World War II? It's like Call of Duty just is World War II.
It was the best-selling game of this last year, though.
It's probably a combination of returning to roots as well as Battlefield being Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
So
And they can't call it
that's
Call of Duty
probably
2,
why.
so they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do this.
Yeah, we need to get back on our conversation of like what war has not been covered.
The
Enough.
Vietnam War been covered?
Yes, and one
Yeah,
of
that was
the
Black Ops.
Yeah, it was Black Ops. So we just have the Korean War left.
It was Vietnam
Black-
and Cold War. Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember.
You were in
part of
Vietnam.
I mean, it wasn't like a full
I remember
fledged
part
campaign.
of Vietnam. I don't remember.
It wasn't a full-
entire
I
remember.
thing.
I remember it all.
It wasn't a full
Every
fledged.
I remember,
in
okay, I
Vietnam
remember going
campaign.
through Kowloon, but I don't remember like anything else that was like there. So
No, it was just like a part of it was the same Cold War era and it touched on Vietnam, but they did not do a full fledged Vietnam campaign.
I
Call
also
of Duty,
remember going
Invasion
in to
of Iraq.
kill Fidel Castro. That's like
The Bay of Pigs, yeah.
that's the thing that I remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all you played.
No, and then
You
I
don't
played
kill 'em.
Overwatch. And then I played some of the Fractured Butthole.
I'll never forget.
Saigon.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
And then
Oh, Sama Fractured Butthole?
Yeah, Sama
That's-
Fractured
We got to
Butthole.
review that next week. You
oh, I
that, right?
know. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be playing this week.
Oh man, I got
Yeah.
3 weeks for Zelda.
Okay, yeah,
Sweet.
that thing's gonna be around like 20 hours. Game.
Oh, that's nothing.
I'd
Actually,
say
no.
15.
That's
no,
nothing.
my time was like 14 hours. Actually,
No, that's nothing. Can do that in
Yeah.
a few days.
15
It
with
should
some
be okay.
extras. You got it.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. And then what else
gonna
did
be
I
late,
play?
aren't you?
No, I'm not. Have I by myself delayed a
No,
game?
yes,
this is like messing with the porn filter to where it's like check both straight and gay, and nothing comes up.
By myself, I have not delayed a game, and there's still an asterisk by that by myself. So, no, I have not delayed a
What do you
game.
mean? There's an asterisk?
With your new definition down below, and there's like 50 asterisks. With 50 asterisks, it
And
really
then
means
we
I
get-
was
we get-
late, but
we-
so was the other guy.
No, we get into like the little cross symbol because we have so many different sub things we need to let people know.
Cameron, I definitely have a memory earlier on of you coming here, and we were all like, we can't start until you decide what the thing is going to be about. The episode.
But did I delay a game?
You would have
I
had
can't
to.
remember if you did delay a game
Oh,
or
no,
if that
never
was
mind.
just your episode and you were just being shitty.
I did not delay a game.
Okay.
That wouldn't have been delayed otherwise.
All right. Okay.
Okay, I think did I play anything else? I didn't play any more Deus Ex.
You played or Fortnite.
Oh yeah, Fortnite, because they have a new map update and it's great, guys. Tilted Towers for the win.
Yeah, you just like go in there and then getting destroyed.
No, I like going there because there's still a somewhat secret little hole in the ground that you have like 3 or 4 chests in it, and it's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sharing that knowledge with you guys.
Well, we know
nice.
what everyone's been playing, but has anybody beat a game? Caleb?
Why? Okay,
You're first is
No,
why.
I didn't beat anything.
What are you, like, ashamed?
You
Like,
didn't
don't look
beat
at me.
anything.
Well, no, like
Why are you looking
we're going
at me?
in the order of like how it was
Why?
before. So
I thought it was going to
don't-
be Schweiss who started.
Yeah,
personally.
same. That's why I was looking at Schweiss and he just looking at me, and then everybody's like, "Craig,
Everybody's
what the fuck?
looking at you.
Why aren't you going?"
Where's your crown?
If I ask
I
it,
have a crown.
you're being asked first.
Okay. You're going ass first, so what'd you beat?
I didn't beat anything this week.
I beat Call of Duty World War II.
Okay.
It's all the same thing.
Kind of, yes.
Just a different theater of war.
Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's all I beat.
I also beat Call of Duty World War II this
Oh.
week.
Anything else?
No.
I did
I want
not.
a Call of Duty World
any
War
games.
II game where you actually just go in and kill Hitler.
Yeah, like an alternate
Like
universe.
and like just physically
Like
ending
Wolfenstein?
the war, because like every Call of Duty game is just like, you know,
If you
this
want
is just
that,
a section of the war that
if you
just
want that
happened.
joy, just beat Sniper 4 Elite.
Or watching Glorious Bastards.
I don't think you
Yeah.
kill Hitler in that.
Or
one.
I want one
you
where
do.
you play as the Germans. And it's like a, this is going to be dark, but
like
it's
an alternate world where you take over
it's like
the
a
world.
Sim City thing, but you have to make like the camps and you have to manage the war. And, like, it's
What?
fucked. It's fucked, right? But it's
Oh my
it's
god!
fun. It's fun.
Okay,
good.
okay, now I'm having ideas about
Now you got
this.
to come up with
So-
ways to
so,
kill
like,
as many people
not
as you
part
can.
of this conversation.
like, there's-
Quickly.
So you get the officers and you assign them to camps based on their like sadistic levels.
Yes, and they
In
and they
researching
increase the camp.
In
the
researching
productivity.
this game, I came across an article that said most games set in World War II are Holocaust deniers because they don't touch the fact that the Holocaust was a thing. So in his world, it's all about the Holocaust.
Yeah, it's all about the Holocaust.
Wow.
I am
Oh,
breaking
man.
that stigma of Holocaust denial by making a
Well,
game.
you and a couple programmers can meet in a dark room.
And hope we don't get killed.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, dude.
God.
Wow.
Uh,
That's a horrible idea, Schweiss. Horrible idea.
I think it's marketable, personally.
No, it's not.
I would play it. It's a strategy game.
It's the opposite of marketable.
Oh my god.
God, dude. All right.
God, you'd have to like sell it to like history teachers and be like, "This is necessary.
This is, and I
this
make
is this is an educational."
put you in the shoes of the common SS soldier.
I have to make it extremely accurate too, which would
Someone's playing footsies with me.
be really brutal.
They're really near my shit.
It's not me.
I think that's the little child's rocking chair that you're touching.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh my god, it is. There's a rocking chair
Somebody's
underneath
playing
the table.
footsie, you guys.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing right next to me? Like,
Don't-
I'm way over here. My feet are right below my
Don't
chair.
flatter yourself.
All right. Okay. All right. How do we do King Hog when there's a tie and there's a crown now?
Okay, no. So
Caleb has the crown from last year.
what it is,
And
what
'cause
it
he's
is.
a jackass.
This is what I believe. When you win King Hog for the entire next year, you are King Hog, and you're fighting to keep your throne for the new King Hogness that you're.
So
next
Caleb
year.
has the crown
So
the whole year.
so Craig is the King Hog this whole year, and next year we'll decide who's the next King Hog based off of what we beat.
Oh yeah, like it's gonna be anyone else.
You don't know. You might actually do what you've said you were going to do and play a bunch of RPGs this time.
I didn't say that for this year.
You said that for last year.
I did. Say
Maybe
that
you'll
for
do
last
it
year,
a
but
year late.
almost half of my
But-
stuff.
Fucking no.
but I-
we
Yeah,
looked.
just because you just decided
I
that
think
5
Joe-
of them weren't
I-
RPGs.
Because they're not.
Because they are.
I think
you.
Joe wants to have a fun episode by episode dethroning is what he's going for.
Yeah, because we got a tie right now. So certainly King Hog would stay King Hog, but
Obviously.
if let's say Schweiss beat 2 games this week and was then King Hog for the week, we can't have 2 kings.
I'm still the king. It doesn't matter.
I don't
He'll
know.
be the
You're
king.
the rightful king until someone officially
yeah.
dethrones you.
I am the rightful king.
You're the king of England. How about that? Useless.
It's either we all currently are fighting. No, I think there's two ways to look at it. We can discuss it later.
Discuss it later.
This is ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
not talking about this shit after we're done.
Tied for first place, Caleb Craig, Caleb Schweiss with 3 games each. Tied for second place, myself and Cameron Wilson for 2 games each.
Technically third place, but
What? Yes. Tied for. Wait. Yes, I guess technically. Fuck you.
we're all losing.
If you're doing it that way.
We're all losing to the listeners, though. We're all losing dearly to some people.
Oh man,
which is
I looked at
insane.
some of the
Hog
hog ib.
ib is addicting, by the way.
It is.
How is it addicting and not just to feel hopelessly crushed by the amount of free
Because
time
then when
people
you get
have?
something in and then you get past someone in the thing, you're like,
all I
yeah,
want to
you're
do, all I want to do
you.
is stay ahead of Schweiss.
Fuck you,
I'm ahead
better
of
than
Schweiss. I want to stay
like,
ahead of
take it,
Schweiss.
Chase versus
I don't think
Gabe.
you're. I don't
Take
think
it.
you're ahead of me now.
Well, did you just upload a whole bunch of new stuff?
I'm looking.
Oh, boy.
All my stuff is up to date, although I'm really close to the end of a book.
So yeah, if you don't know what Hogib is,
You go to
it's our,
home and then
it's our
leaderboard.
little app thing that is helping us keep track of the hog, where you can sign up for that and jump on the leaderboards.
Damn it!
I got you by 40 points, Cameron.
Fuck you.
Yeah, well, I'm just.
Is
trying to
Craig
look at
still
the-
Prepare
above
to be
me?
destroyed.
Craig is above you. Yes,
Damn it.
by 60.
60 points,
64
but
points.
2 slots. Chase versus Game passed me today. God damn it. Damn it, Chase.
The
All right.
chase is on.
Yeah, I was really doing bad until I was like, hold on, my albums are only counting for 1 point each. And I had to tweet the guys. I was like, albums are 2. And then I boosted a few slots. It's like, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you for
I've
putting
been listening to a lot of music too.
where I belong. All right. You got a question for us?
Yep, I got a couple. So the first one is just a quick one. It's from True Hoax. He says, "Does New Game Plus count towards the hog if I didn't play the game this year?" I would say yes.
I would say yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're just playing the game.
Cameron doesn't get
even
a
if
vote.
even if it's a repeat, New Game Plus is still a new game. So
Yeah.
if you haven't beat
I
it
would
this
say
year,
that
it's
if you
fine.
got to the end boss and you beat the game this year, you beat it this year too, because you didn't
Yeah.
beat it last year.
Yeah, either way, so you're good. You're good on that one.
Yep.
Next question.
So Final Fantasy 15, you could do it yearly and beat it in 7 hours. And it just gets easier.
Yeah, they did add the weapon that makes it so you do max damage with the warp strikes.
Yeah.
So it'd be really fast.
I think it would be like 2 hours if you just skip cutscenes.
Just
We're
fucking
tied
go
now.
for it.
I just added Call of Duty.
So the next question is from Ty Jackson. He says, if you guys have answered this, then my apologies. Who is your favorite video game developer? My favorite would be Obsidian Entertainment. Those guys are possibly one of the best when it comes to classic RPGs, whether it's Pillars of Eternity or Neverwinter. And they are responsible for the best Fallout game, that being New Vegas. You're wrong, Fallout 3, but whatever.
I hear that New Vegas is actually adheres more to the original idea of Fallout than the Bethesda ones.
It kind
It's
of
a
does.
tactic.
But
It's odd
still,
to me that you're such a big fan of those other Fallouts and you haven't played New Vegas.
Because it's a different developer.
Oh, okay.
You don't trust it?
I tried to
You
play
got
New
brand
Vegas.
loyalty.
I tried to play New Vegas for a little bit, and frankly, I didn't like it.
I
But
ain't drinking no
now,
Pepsi. I'm a
but
Coke
now,
man.
actually, I prefer Pepsi. But now I will go back to New Vegas.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with
you
your Pepsi.
seriously prefer Pepsi?
I do.
But regular
Cameron.
Coke is so much better.
Regular
Coke
Coke
sounds-
versus regular Pepsi.
Regular Coke versus regular Pepsi. Regular Coke tastes like poisoned sugar.
Fuck
and
you.
Pepsi tastes just
go
fine.
go straight
Coke.
to hell.
We have every
Now the
iteration.
diets, I will say that I think Diet Pepsi is better than Diet Coke.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But regular Coke versus regular Pepsi, I think, Cameron, you are crazy.
I've always been a Pepsi kid from as long as I can
I think
remember.
it's too sweet. I don't like it.
I think Coke is too sweet.
I like the punch the Coke brings.
Coke
with the
is
fucking
sweeter
brutal.
than Pepsi.
Coke is
Schweitz.
by far sweeter than Pepsi.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I don't like it.
I don't know. There's just a little bit of
There's some bitterness in there that I
In
like,
the Pepsi, I love that bitterness in Pepsi.
Captain Bastard's kind of bitter.
All right, Sprite versus 7-Up.
Sprite any day.
Yes. You know, I haven't
Fuck
had
you,
either
your
one in
Pepsi
long
brands.
enough. I haven't had either one in a recent amount of time.
Mountain
so I
Dew
can't say.
versus
Vault.
Mellow Yellow.
Mellow Yellow.
That's right.
No, I'm just kidding. Mellow
No,
Yellow.
dude.
I would go with Mountain Dew.
I do love Mellow.
So that's a Pepsi
but,
product.
You can only crush so much Mellow Yellow, and you start feeling fucking sick. But
Yeah.
Mountain Dew, you
Yeah,
can
you can-
pound
yeah.
and pound.
Mountain
Give
Dew is
yourself
eternal.
stomach cancer over. And
I mean,
over.
if
Endless
you've ever
cancer.
seen Schweiss back in his glory days, he'd pound a 2-liter and then just inhale the gas.
I'm inhaling what
back in his glory days, I saw him in here with a 2-liter. I'm like,
that shit's alive and
I would have
kicking.
given Craig so much shit for that 2-liter.
No. So when he's done with that 2-liter, he's going to suck all the gaseous airs out of it.
No, what happened yesterday, though, I drank a 2-liter, and then I went to work, and I had 2 more 20 ounces. And then I came
God.
home, and I had a little bit more.
All right, Barks
2-liter.
versus A&W.
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 I like Barks more.
It depends on the day for me. I love
Dude,
them
okay,
both.
have you had A&W from like those A&W?
That's
and,
great, yeah.
A&W
yeah,
is a
A&W is
smoother flavor I
insane.
like, but I do like the Barks.
I like Barks' bitterness. I don't know.
Yeah.
Barks
There's
is
something about
rougher,
bitter.
but yeah,
All right,
I like the.
We're
I
gonna
like
have
the
to go
A&W.
one of these days, get all the Pepsi products and all the Coke products in a
That'll be a
line,
fucking episode.
and
We're
just
just like,
fucking we'll do a ranking and or a
top 10 sodas.
we'll have them verse each other until we finally decide, like, okay, Coke won this so many times and Pepsi won this many times, and we'll decide who the real winner is, Pepsi or Coke, the company as a whole, not just disgusting Pepsi.
We should review.
Yeah.
We
It's
should
actually not
review-
just because I like them both, but
We should
Yeah.
review Pepsi and Coke as like a game, like re-drinkability. we got label art design. We got the music, the sound of when you open it. Like, which one is the most satisfying? Like,
Oh my god,
Coke
dude.
will clearly win that one, but because the hyper fucking carbonation.
I think the hypercarbonation's of the Diet Coke, but
Oh yeah. You that's what we joked about. And like, there's what Call of Duty game had those like explosive things? No, it was Battlefield 1. There's like a little explosive that you place down, and it looks like a fucking Coke bottle. And like,
2-liter, yeah.
yeah, it looks like a 2-liter.
2-liter.
And I'm like, we were telling Cameron and I were talking, and we came up with like it's 2-liter of Coke with like Mentos. Like when you trip it, the Mentos go in, and it just blows your legs off.
that's funny.
Yeah, it does look like a little 2-liter you're putting down on the ground with a tripwire. So,
Yeah.
and the tripwire drops the Mentos.
Take this shit out.
Always bringing it back to video games. That's what we do here on the show.
That's what we do.
Okay, all right. What's our second question?
Yeah. It was who is your favorite developer? I
Oh,
already asked
I'm
it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Coke. I mean,
Yeah,
Coke is your favorite
Coca-Cola
developer,
is my
okay.
favorite game developer.
I'm going with Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Blizzard
Ooh,
Entertainment
that's a
For the
good one.
Diablos and the StarCraft
and the Warcraft,
and Warcraft.
the regular Warcraft. I never played World of Warcraft.
You know what? I'm going to have to go with a solid Bethesda because not only has Bethesda given us greats like the Fallout series, but Doom also came from id Software, which is owned by Bethesda.
Okay, Bethesda.
Doom, yeah.
Sound of Pepsi, 4 out of 10.
What was yours, Craig?
I just didn't like
You know,
it.
I don't know because I have a lot of them that I like. I like Rocksteady for
Couldn't
the
get into the
Batman
sounds.
games. I like Naughty Dog for Last of Us and Uncharted and fucking everything that they do. Insomniac,
Can I say Square Co?
Square Co.
Square Co before Enix bought them out.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You could say that.
Yeah, Square Co was my favorite developer.
They're gone now.
They're gone.
They're dead.
So you said Rocksteady?
Rocksteady, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, fucking everything.
Just name everything where you have a favorite.
yeah, pretty much.
Andover John says brings up a good point. Rockstar is my favorite game developer because they don't fuck up. in
No,
my
they
opinion.
don't. I mean, Bethesda, they could come out with these nice, epic games, but just the bugs and bugs and
Yeah.
bugs in it.
90s,
No,
like
Rockstar.
yeah, the game is unplayable when you swim. 98 out of 100.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Dude,
I would
that-
be pissed.
I
if
had
that
to
happened
play
me.
fucking Skyrim without swimming at all.
Yeah, that's
For
bullshit.
months.
That's bullshit.
What happened when you swam?
The game would freeze up and it would just die. I could not go anywhere or do anything in the water.
Why did I not
whatsoever.
remember that?
I don't know. It was it was right after a big patch. Like
Oh, wait.
I had to patch it like a few months later, and I was like,
I think I have memories of Caleb Craig
For-
doing that shit.
for
Yeah.
for a time, I could not play Skyrim with like
Christian
in
had
the
to
water at all.
jump. He had to do this. He had to reload his game over and over and over and over again because he was trying to leap to different spots that didn't have water. Because it would just fuck him. He would just get stuck.
You
and
could
never
go in
move.
water, but if it was at the moment where you start swimming in the water, that's when it would freeze.
Oh, maybe that's what he was doing. He had to keep jumping up like a fish.
Yeah, you had to
Something was
stay
up.
above the swimming level.
Just look at the dedication of people who play these Bethesda games. No, not wait until the patch is done. No, just find other
I'm
ways
gonna
to play the
fucking
game.
figure- Yeah, because I want to play the game I bought.
It made being Argonian fucking useless, though. Your powers to swim underwater and breathe like a normal person.
It's I can't actually touch water without dying.
Yeah,
Sid
just
Meier.
get fucked.
Sid Meier's Civilization.
Yeah,
Who did it?
Anything with the name Sid Meier.
That would
over
be,
it.
I think, 6-axis.
6-axis, yeah, or fire axis.
Player
Is it fire
unknown.
axis? Okay.
First off, I've loved every Civ game that I got into. Loved them all. And I like that Pirates game.
Pirates game.
Yeah, it was just called Sid Meier's Pirates.
Yeah,
I don't remember that at
Oh,
all.
it was
I
fun.
remember. Christian
It was
had
repetitive, but it was fun.
and we were playing something else, and he kept alt-tabbing, and every once in a while I would hear like this pirate music for 5 seconds. I was like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, I got this Pirates game running. So every once in a while over the chat, I just hear. That's my experience with Sid Meier's Pirates, but they're great games. Yeah, it's always fun. But yeah, Rockstar for me, it's
Rockstar is great.
it's always really good. And I mean, even the games they don't develop, they published Max Payne, and they made Max Payne 3, which was very well done.
No,
nice
don't forget the
culmination of 1 and 2.
Red Dead.
And Red Dead Redemption is one of the best games ever. And Grand Theft Auto is a fantastic
Dude, when is
series,
the next one? When's it coming out?
There's
this
no
year.
release date yet.
Okay.
But it is this
Fuck.
year.
I was going to say
They like to say, hey, it's coming out in 2 months. And then they do it.
I think they said fall recently.
Fuck, are you serious?
Yeah.
Fuck. I need it more.
They got
I
to
need it more
uphold
soon.
being able to release a game that doesn't need a patch. I mean, I don't know if any of their other games needed patches right after they release. So
I don't think so.
All right.
They release games the right way.
Well, there's the answer to this
right
question. And real quick, before we get to our review of Call of Duty World War II, we have nominees for the Uber game. The Uber game
Preliminaries?
is a game where each of us nominates a game that came out recently. I said 6 months on Twitter, but I think earlier we did agree that it was within 1 year.
I would like it to be 6 months.
I think
a newer game should be a newer game.
I think requirement 1 year, and then we push you with peer pressure to do something within the last 6 months. So we do have our nominees from each of our wonderful hosts, and first up is Digimon Cyber Sleuth, which is Caleb Craig's nominee.
The Hacker's Memory, just so you guys are aware, because Joe didn't write it down.
Digimon Story,
It's the new
Cyber
one.
Sleuth, Hacker's Memory.
Yep.
You're welcome,
Yep.
asshole. Your wonderful host did that. Caleb Schweiss has nominated the indie game. This is an indie game, right?
Not really, but
Not
yeah.
really. The short game.
It's by Ninja Theory.
It's by a big studio, but it's an indie game technically based on the small development team.
okay.
So it depends on how you define it. They have a lot of fucking money, though, so...
All right. So never mind any of those comments. Caleb Schweiss has nominated the game Hellblade, which I think two of us have played, but we haven't reviewed yet. And so that means the other two of us will have to play that game. I am nominating Is it Super Mario?
I think it's Super Mario.
Is it Super Mario Odyssey?
I think so.
Okay, Mario Odyssey, whatever.
Either way.
Whatever it's actually called. We did get those Nintendo Switches, and the most recent kind of big game on the Switch that we know about is Mario Odyssey. So I am nominating Mario Odyssey, and I'm really excited to play that game. Cameron Wilson is nominating Monster Hunter World, which comes out next week. So those
Yes.
are the nominations, guys. Please go onto Twitter, the less fallible than our website place to vote for the games. You can follow the show at Nude Clan Podcast, and you can follow me at Joseph DeGollier,
Me at Obsidian Bob.
Me and Nude Clan Cam.
and Caleb Schweiss at UFF Podcast.
Yes, at UFF Podcast.
Once again, the nominees are Digimon Cyber Sleuth, Hellblade, Monster Hunter World, and Mario Odyssey. So, guys, go on there and vote for Mario Odyssey. Let's get to...
Dude, we're probably going to play that anyway, as a Schweiss
Mario
would say.
Odyssey. Let's get that to...
We're going to play it regardless, you know? Like,
We will.
right after I play Breath of the Wild, I'll probably jump on Odyssey, you know?
Mario Odyssey.
You know what we will not play regardless? Digimon.
That is true. This is your only chance to vote for it.
Here's how I say it. If you want me to review a game, me as in your host, Joseph DeGaulier, it has to be for the show, because otherwise I'm not fucking playing it. So, Mario Odyssey is a great vote.
Monster Hunter
we
World
can
is going to be
nominate it later.
great because it's Monster Hunter World. And it's always been great.
All right. You want to get to the review?
It's going to be sweet.
Actual
Let's do it.
in-game footage, by the way.
This day has
That's
set
always
upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violences of war. In this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail.
Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness.
That's right.
The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first. Hey, Perez! Bumpy enough for you? How many casualties? We executed the mission. Get me the fuck out of here. How many? We had orders! Get to cover!
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the Bloody First. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
At least we got that sweet M1 Garand accident.
Pre-order now and get it.
It's a clip.
Call
Is
of
it a clip?
Duty
It's a clip.
World War II.
All right. So, Call of Duty World War II is a first-person shooter game developed by Sledgehammer Games and is published by Activision. It is the 14th main installment of the Call of Duty series, and it was released November 3rd, 2017. It is the first title in the series to be set primarily during the World War II era since Call of Duty World at War, which is why I said it was a direct sequel, but that's just a joke. This game is set in European theater, is centered around the squad of the 1st Infantry Division following their battles on the Western Front, and is set mainly in the historical events of Operation Overlord. The multiplayer extends to different fronts that are not seen in the campaign. So upon release, it had generally positive reviews. They revamped zombies as usual. Did you actually play any zombies twice?
Yeah, I played one round. I got to like rounds 14 or something by myself. It was pretty fun.
You did poorly. Me and my roommate and a listener actually got to like 20 something.
Did you get that trophy for getting up there then?
I think I did get a trophy. I don't know what trophy it is. I have to go look at it.
Damn.
We got to where we got the weapon upgrade thing up and running.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm considering maybe picking up this game actually if it's on sale. I'm considering.
Yeah.
Considering just for the zombies.
So Call of Duty World War II is the second game in the Call of Duty franchise developed by Sledgehammer Games. And a whole bunch of stuff went. So Sledgehammer Games, Michael Condrey, he's a co-founder of Sledgehammer Games. In an interview with him, he said that he liked things in World War II, Band of Brothers. He said he's a massive fan of that show, Band of Brothers, and he went on to say, and that's, World War II is the great heroes' war, the kind of war that was recognized as noble. And I kind of got a feeling that there was a ton of World War II drama in this game. What'd you feel?
Yeah. It was pretty heavily dramatized.
Would you say that World War II was a noble war?
That's what he said. Yeah, that's
Would
a
you
quote
say
from him.
that?
It was the last just war that we've been involved in, so yeah. More noble than anything since then, certainly.
Would you say World War II, our involvement in that was more noble than our involvement in Desert Storm? Or something like that?
Well, getting involved, yes, but the war itself, I don't know if I would call it noble.
Yeah, I guess we did kind of
pulling up more development.
Japan off
for the
trade.
Windows version of the release, they partnered with Raven Software to release it for the PC. And yeah, that's pretty much on the development. And now we can go on to the plot of the game. So you play Private First Class Ronald Red Daniels of the 1st Infantry Division, and you take part in the Normandy landing. Now, I remember Schweiss had to do that particular level over and over again because he was trying to go for a trophy.
Yeah, not a good time to do it. Don't play veteran for story-specific trophies. Not worth it.
And then basically you're now part of the squad. You are the best man of the squad and doing all the stuff that the squad needs to get done by yourself for the most part. Zussman, so as you're playing through the campaign, you have certain people of your campaign who gets injured, like Zussman, and he then later comes back, and then you kind of see this clash between your commanding officer Pearson and who's kind of clashing with the whole platoon altogether. You realize he has a backstory of his own where he was put in a difficult situation and had his whole squad killed. He was the only person surviving and comes to lead your squad of 1st Division. So as you are taking near the end, as you're taking a Air Force base, Zussman gets captured and sent to a POW camp, and this is part of where you were going to get honorably discharged. You decided not to get honorably discharged because you need to find Zussman before you could go home and live your life. And then you end up basically pushing all the way into Berlin. No fighting in Berlin in this game.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. That's usually like the final area in almost every World War II game. It's like you're in Berlin and you are finishing this shit up.
No fighting in Berlin, but you push pretty far into it. You eventually do find Zussman. Your interactions with him are only in cutscenes after the end of the game. Actually, when you find him at the very end of the game, you kill the Nazi SS officer who's about to execute him in the forest. Then you save him and then take him home and talk to him in cutscenes and stuff. All right.
Yeah, so the story, I don't know. The story is pretty standard fare for a shooter. I mean, you've got your buddies, you've got your comic relief nerdy guy with the glasses. You got
True.
You got just about everything that makes a
You got stand-up kind of guys?
Yeah, stand-up kind of guys. No, those all died in World War I.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. There were some interesting things with the story, but honestly, for the most part, the one thing that really pissed me off, there's a mission where you play as this French spy.
Oh yeah,
and she's like infiltrating this German base, and
she's impersonating a German.
Yeah, she's impersonating a German, and she's meeting with a guy who knows who she is.
Okay, so what it is she was using that story as cover to get into his office so she could exit through the window to go to the war room. Him actually being there in the office was a part of the plan that didn't go according to plan.
So she didn't think he'd be in his office, the place that's
she
for
thought
him.
So the part of the plan was he was gone somewhere else and that you were going to give him his travel papers, sit in his office because he wasn't in there, sneak out the window. So he gets in the office, about to sneak out the window, that's when he walks in.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think out of all the people to send in, the chick that he knows specifically, he knows that she's a spy. She is a well-known spy, which is sort of an oxymoron, but I guess not. And he fucking knows it's her, and he tries to kill her. I was like, this is stupid, man. This part right here is dumb. Like,
But you
he
kill him
knows-
instead. Isn't that great? Isn't
Yeah.
that empowering for the feminine role?
I suppose, and that was a cool scene, goring him with his own wine cup. But I was like, you thought you were just going to waltz into this guy's office? This man killed your family trying to kill you and to make you suffer, and you didn't think he'd recognize you? Like, what the fuck? What kind of mission is this? Who's running this fucking ragtag show that succeeds? You break in, you kill the fucker, you blow open the doors, everyone swoops in, you kill everybody. You do well. He busts you, but it doesn't matter. It's like, it's a stupid fucking plan. Like, replaying that level to get the trophy of not getting spotted, I was like, this is really, really ridiculous. Like, she's like,
I got all the way up to the last door without being spotted, and then I was spotted.
I got pretty far the first time I did it too, but not quite. Not quite all the way. But that part I thought was really stupid, but
I feel that the story was a good story. A little bit better than your standard first-person shooter base, but really over dramatized too.
Did you ever play the original Call of Duty 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what made me get into the Call of Duty series
Yeah.
for real.
I never played 4.
I always thought that story.
These zombies you played 4 all the time. That was the original zombies.
No, it wasn't.
Call of Duty 4 World at War.
No, 4 was Modern Warfare. It was Modern
Call
Warfare.
of Duty
then
4
World
is
at
Call
War.
of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Okay, no.
It
Okay.
was Modern Warfare,
Different.
World at War, Modern
World at
Warfare
War was
2.
the fourth.
God,
Call of
that's
Duty
the only
Black
one I
Ops.
ever played.
Modern Warfare 3.
No,
I
World at War
was
got
blown
two.
away by the first Modern Warfare game. It's insane.
It was good. I played
the
that one too.
story
The
is
story
amazing.
is great, and all of them, I would say, except for this one. This is a weird thing. Call of Duty is like a one man out first person.
I feel like
shooter.
they tried to get to HBO miniseries level of drama in an 8-hour campaign.
Yeah, and it doesn't work because you're not HBO, first of all, and second, it's only 8 hours. You're right, so there's not enough time to set it up, and it just seems over the top. And
Although, if you need glasses to see and you're looking at the TV while one of the cutscenes are going, you could probably feel like you're watching an HBO miniseries with how good the cutscene graphics are.
yeah, they do look. The graphics are great in the game. But yeah, the story, like Cameron said, I think it is kind of just a standard
World War II.
Standard World War II
Stereotypes.
We're brothers. We're gonna fight. We're gonna have problems.
No
with
man
each
left
other.
behind.
No man left behind. Shit. And the characters. I guess the characters are kind of interesting.
And I feel like there's certain levels, like on Argonne Forest, that was supposed to be a terrible battle. Not Argonne Forest, and battle. What's that forest outside of
Endor?
The one that were there, they're all in that forest.
All
They're
of
getting
Endor.
shelled. They're getting shelled relentlessly in that forest.
The
and it's
Bulge
cold.
one? The
Yeah,
Battle
Battle of
of
the
the-
Bulge.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a really hard point for the soldiers there. But I feel like kind of glossed over most of.
Oh, if
that.
you're playing on veteran, it's very hard. But yeah, there were people getting chopped in half. And
Oh
shit,
yeah,
so.
just it's you pull over your guy and he has tons of like wood chips embedded into him and stuff. It's definitely a gory game.
I saw it
Guy's
from the
legs being
10
blown
seconds
off.
you showed me. It was really disgusting.
All right, so what would you guys give the story?
Story wise, it's standard fare. Nothing that stood out too much besides going back to World War II. I would give the story a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Schweiss?
I'm gonna give it a 6. All the
6 out
same
of 10.
reasons. It's not great. Honestly, I was more attached to Battlefield 1's story. I think it was better told. I think it did have quite a bit of drama, but it was
don't get into Battlefield 1.
It was
because
much more
I've had this.
believable.
We're reviewing Call of Duty.
Well, I'm saying
World
like
War
there
II.
are shooters that can have better
Modern
stories.
World War
and
II.
there are other shooters who go back to previous wars that do it much better in almost every way.
Just about
But
every
we don't
way.
need to get into that right now.
I don't know. The story was fine. There were a few things that I thought were dumb, like that part, and then it's kind of ridiculous. Like the part where you drive and you like run into the train and you derail
that
the
was
train with
epic.
your car. It was pretty sweet, but I was like, this.
And
this
how your
seems
car wasn't immediately
ridiculous.
destroyed from being in front of that fucking
Yeah,
freak of a train.
I was like, this is kind of ridiculous, and it's. I don't know. I still had a lot of fun.
and then the epic gore of the train just keep coming and coming, and then that fucking train car that was launched through the air through the tower.
Yeah.
Just, oh man, it was great. An epic scene of destruction.
It is, yeah, and this game is full of it, and it does really put you in the moment, especially when you're on the beach of on Normandy, and you're storming it, and there are people just getting chunked everywhere, and like guy blows up in front of you, his leg flies, and smacks you. Chunks of gib everywhere. It's pretty intense as far as that goes. So like all the shit that we know was really intense. It was fairly intense in the game.
Yes.
But, the storyline itself, lukewarm towards it.
All right, what about gameplay?
All right, so gameplay-wise, I can tell that they've definitely taken it back towards more of the roots of Call of Duty, but they took it so far back that it's basically almost a carbon copy of World at War as it comes to controls, in my opinion. Yeah, there were a few more features, a few more things you can do, but the enemy AI is just as dumb that you could have probably taken them straight out of the fourth video game of the Call of Duty franchise.
They're still using the same engine.
I would not be surprised at all.
Call of Duty
100%.
has been using the Quake engine this entire time. And they make changes to it. It's a modified Quake engine is what they call it. And I remember watching a YouTube video where some guy was like, they keep telling us they're making a new engine, but there's like these little ways of telling what engine you're using by like putting, I think it was something that made your keyboard color change, like your written letter color change in the game.
Yeah.
And that was his way of testing whether or not this like benign thing that was on the Quake engine is still in this engine. And so it's like, and he tested it on, it was, I think the game before this on the Call of Duty series. And he's like, yeah, it's the same game engine. They've been using the Quake engine the entire time.
Well, the AI is just as dumb as it's ever been. So there's scenes where I'm trying to hold a bridge or something, and then this Nazi soldier comes running around the corner and like runs right past my friend, stands there for a minute, and starts trying to beat me down, ignoring everyone else that's there. Just he's coming for me.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And then my friends, my AI team, my platoon are just still looking across the bridge, ignoring the soldier who's fucking behind them. It's like the AI is.
Why is the soldier fucking behind him?
He ran there and they
fucking?
let him. Yes, he could have done everything in his like little thing where he's like, Craig, he takes a second before he changes what he's doing. He'll run, stand there for a second, then pull up his gun, stand there for a second, then start shooting or whatever. It's just the AI. I saw one just running into a wall and just running, and then turns around as I'm getting close to shoot me. I'm like,
I can't say it's as bad as World at War, because I remember
I would almost bet it's a carbon copy.
A part near the end of World at War where there was a Russian and a German. They had their guns pointed at each other's faces, and they were just standing there, right?
Yeah.
I was playing on Veteran, because that's what I do. And I walked over, and like the Russian guy was still standing there, and then the German guy, I got close enough to touch him, and then he just snaps to me and shoots me and kills me. And I was like, what? I was like, these guys are just like fucking Mexican standoff here. And then suddenly this guy's like, yeah! Turns on me. He's like, I'm not glitched. Only this guy is. And like they have this obsession with like, oh, that's the guy we have to kill. That if we kill that guy, we get
there was this
back. We get Harold back. We get Gustav back. Everyone comes back if we kill that one guy. And the game knows it. And the game fucking goes for you.
There was this one part in that Battle of the Bulge Force where the whole army starts coming down, the tanks and everything, and you finally get them to retreat. There was this one German soldier who started to, like, he looked like he wanted to retreat, then he stopped, turned around, started shooting at me, then he ran and dove right behind the fucking tank that's burning and just started shooting at me. Well, his whole fucking team's gone. They're all way up the hill. He's like, all by himself in the middle of this fucking no man's zone. And he's just sitting there. I'm like, dude, everyone just retreated. What are you doing here? You want to die? Yeah. Again, that's the AI in this game.
There are a lot of moments like that. The game has a couple new features for Call of Duty. They have like a heroic actions that you can do. Like occasionally you'll find a guy who's pinned down, or you'll find
another thing.
A dude that gets like shot and he's like wounded, and you have to grab him and drag him to cover. That's like an achieve. That's almost like a collectible
like
item
in World at
game.
War. You remember how you're one of the Marines who's trapped on the island, and then you're rushing through. Then all of a sudden, one of your Marines gets tackled by a Japanese guy, and he's struggling. And at that moment, you have to make a choice that'll save that guy's life, right? And that was one cool moment. It was great. Now, take that moment and times it by like 15, because that's how many times it happens in this game. It's like, that was such a cool thing in this game. Let's do it 1,000,000 more times.
Yeah. There's that, and then there's the standard collectible items.
Yeah.
Like you find random little trinkets.
Mementos, yeah.
Like the intel from the other games and shit?
Dog collars, random shit, weird shit. But There's that in the gameplay. I mean, obviously, like we mentioned, we have zombies again. I thought the zombies were... I thought it was quite refreshing. I was
scared that it was going to be like the super weird zombies that happened like with previous versions of Call of Duty, but
like
it was refreshing.
Black Ops 2 or whatever.
I would agree.
Black Ops 2 had some really fucked up zombies.
In this zombies, you can't actually build up windows anymore, and it forces because the point is they don't want you to hole up somewhere the whole game. They want you to explore. They want you to figure out how to turn things on.
It's a lot easier.
But it's a lot easier. Like my first round with the three of us, we got to round 21. We were able to figure out how to get the weapon thing open so we can upgrade our weapons and stuff like that.
I think 21 in World at War was like a godly round. Like that was like top. Everyone's on their A game because you have to shoot them like a bunch of times.
there's still something about the simplicity of Nach der Toten where the box is there in the corner. You can just get lines of zombies and mow through them.
I think I love that thing of zombies the most is when it's like closed in and you have to like survive. Like you really have to survive.
Well, in this one, it's still a zombies campaign. It's still a campaign to where you can escape in the end.
Yeah.
What? So it's no longer like eternal?
I think it can be if you want it to be, but you can escape.
It's a good mixture.
There's a whole bunch of things you can discover there. The statue underneath the ground of the sword hilt and stuff like that. Got to get it out.
I don't know if I like that.
I mean, love the simplicity of the
it's not the simplicity.
Do they not have a single one where it's just like the eternal mode?
You do. You don't have to complete everything.
Well, I know you don't have to complete it, but the fact that there's like an option to escape means that you could just sit by the exit. They
add like, special zombies to
if we're getting overrun, let's just fucking leave.
Yeah.
Oh, and then each of your characters you pick have a certain thing that they do. Like my guy, when he got to a certain power level or whatever, he could use the supercharged thing, which would paralyze zombies around you. The medic, he can raise people real fast, and for a time he doesn't take damage. The combat guy can shoot his gun even if the clip is empty, and that's just like the specials that they have. But you can only use it for a short amount of time.
Zombies. That's what it sounds like.
Yes, it's evolved into something that's not the original zombies.
But I love the original zombies.
And that's fine. That's fine for you to love the original zombies.
They need to have at least one original zombies.
We got to talk about the most important thing about Call of Duty, though. It's not the zombies. It's the online.
It's the online multiplayer.
It's zombies.
Dude, zombies have sucked for a long time. So
yeah. So online multiplayer. How many matches have you played?
Like maybe 10. I didn't play a whole lot of online.
Did you play it after we left?
Yeah, I played a few rounds.
Okay.
I'm not very good at it anymore, I found. And,
I found that, we remembered that Call of Duty multiplayer is all about reflexes. It's less about tactics and fighting with your team. It's 100% run and gun and being faster than the other guy.
Yeah, which I am not anymore.
I started getting decent at it because what I figured out we have to do is you have to start shooting as soon as you see the guy and shooting as you're aiming to kill him. That's the only way you can get shots off faster than he can.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
And shotgun is so overpowered in this game.
I have drank too much beer and have played too many RPGs to keep my speed up. I'm slow, man.
You slowed the slow slice.
I can't. I got better. I did get better at the game the longer I played, but
yeah, definitely, it's all about reflexes.
And a lot for me about these Call of Duty games, it's about finding a good weapon that works for you.
You played this thing on the hardest difficulty,
yeah,
and yet you're not doing very well online.
No, not really.
Oh my god!
Online is a whole totally different beast from the campaign for these games.
See, that was always the trick with Halo. Was like just play it on the hardest difficulty, and then when you're online, you'll do decent.
On the campaign story,
it's like a training ground.
No. So in the campaign, it's still you take a point, you hold it, you go take a point and hold it. Online is you're running as fast as you can, trying to shoot someone as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Although playing on easy and trying to just grind trophies, all I did was like bayoneted.
So
I bayoneted like 30 guys in a row.
Playing it on easy is better training for playing online multiplayer because you run and gun.
It was sick, dude. I stabbed, I think it was 30 to 40 people in a row, just like fucking bayonet.
So my first match of online, I tried to use a sniper and I tried to snipe, right?
I did too, yeah.
I ended that first match 2 kills, 18 deaths. So I'm like, okay. So I think you got to run and gun in this game. So my second match, I grabbed a shotgun and I played basically a copy of Hijacked in this game, and I just did a run and gun, and I got 18 kills, 2 deaths. My second match. And I got play of the game as you can see it in the new Call of Duty. Instead of showing the last kill before the timer is up, it shows the best kill that happened in the game. And I had that. I just shotgun 3 people in the back.
The best kill.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I do miss getting those final kills where I like claymore somebody and they just it shows the claymore and the claymore's just sitting there because they're sniping like little whores and then they like, move their ankle a little bit. It's like I'm like, that's a fuck you for being up there.
I love it when it's a throwing knife one too, and it just like follows the knife and then it just bounces off shit.
No knives, no throwing items.
I could find.
Items?
I don't know. There
That
could
you
be.
didn't
I
play
don't
a
know.
whole lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
That's like a thing for Call of Duty. They've had a throwing item in like everything, I think.
Yeah,
Bouncing Betty makes a return.
it does. Yeah, and they're
It's
fucking
not called
bullshit.
Bouncing Betty though.
I don't know. The online, that's probably the thing that I would play the game again for.
That's the only reason to play the
most.
game again. Is either that or zombies.
Or trophy whoring, but
All
that's
right,
obvious.
so what would you give gameplay then?
So I don't know. It was supposed to be returned back to the roots of Call of Duty.
you have a health system now, so you
It's
have
a
to
health
get health
system.
packs, which is the roots of Call of Duty. It's crazy. They really went back, which part of me likes, and part of me realizes it's a giant pain in the ass.
But I feel that there are certain things that they could have improved upon but didn't. So I'm going to have
Wait,
to
so
give...
they have the health system for online as well?
No.
Oh, okay. So just for the campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give gameplay a 7 as well.
Okay.
It was fun. Nothing new. Nothing great. It was just a good basic.
I'm going to give it an 8. I had a lot of fun playing the game, but I didn't think the story was that strong. The one round of zombies I did play, I enjoyed quite a bit. I had a lot of fun playing online once I finally figured out how to fucking play the game again. I enjoyed it. I felt that old COD spirit like coming out of me where I was like, man, I could play this a lot and get really good.
To
at
get
this
really
again.
good at this game, just play like you're on crack. That's the best way to play it.
Yeah. So I think it's a fun game for sure. So I'll give it an 8. I think it's
All right.
solid.
So what about design?
Design, I feel, is somewhere it kind of excels. I know they did a lot of motion capture for the actors that they used in this. They did use a few actors as voice actors / design for the motion capture. But again, looking at this game, like I looked at YouTube videos and people were like, "Oh, this is the best looking game I've ever seen." I'm like, from a YouTube video standpoint, I'm like, it looks okay, nothing great. But actually playing the game, it looks really good. Like the look of this game,
Best you've ever seen? Better than Doom.
Yes. Well,
Better
if you're
than Doom?
going for realism, yes.
It's pretty. Oh man, Doom on
The
my
best
PC
looking
was
game
fucking
you have
beautiful.
ever seen, though.
For just like looking up for a close up of someone's face that didn't
No,
hit the
I'm
uncanny
just talking
valley.
about everything. The best looking game.
Okay, no,
ever.
Doom was a spectacle to behold. Okay, yeah, Doom it's great, but I'm talking about realism, like actual people interacting and talking to each other and stuff like that. It looked great. Although some of your team mechanics, you could actually request someone to throw you more grenades or a med pack. And the funny
would
thing,
never ask someone to throw me grenades.
and the funny thing would be they
Hey,
would
toss me that grenade, will you?
they would turn back to behind them, even if you were like off to the side of them, and they would start throwing it behind them, and somehow would curve to you.
They got that wanted.
They'd throw it behind them, and you weren't behind them, so it would curve to you. That was just one thing. But if just looking at the faces in the cutscenes, it looked pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be the best thing I've ever seen, but it's pretty close as far as design and art goes.
Okay.
So what would you give it then?
A 9, probably.
A 9? Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a
Choice.
9 also. I do think it is the best looking PS4 game I've ever played. I mean, I played Doom on my PC, and I think it still looks a little bit better. But as far as the PlayStation 4 goes, this is like the pinnacle. It looks fucking great. It's awesome looking. The gore and the blood and the chunks, all of that is right where it needs to be. Full hog, 100%. The characters look great. All of it looks good. The only thing that I guess kind of brings it down a little bit is it's not really original. There's nothing like super original about the design and like the levels and stuff like that. It all seems like pretty normal, like World War II shit. There's not like a moment that really stands out to me visually as far as like the graphics or even the story and all of that coming together in a moment. Like the ending to this game is pretty decent and it's strong. But the ending to, I mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is way stronger. I mean, the moment where you're like pulling the knife out of your chest and you throw it at the one guy, that's fucking sweet. The moment in Modern Warfare 3 where you break the glass and the guy falls down and you hang him, like that's epic. There's nothing really visually memorable about this game in the same way that other Call of Duties have captured. And I know that's partly story.
Just story and like design in the way of how they wanted the campaign to go. There wasn't like this one epic finale.
Like it looks really good. It's like Star Wars Episode 7. It looks really good. But there's nothing as impressive in that movie for me as there is in the original Star Wars movie, like with Luke with the two suns setting. Like nothing is that hardcore. Nothing is that awesome. It's the Episode 7 Call of Duty is what it is. So it's pretty good. Great looking, fucking fantastic looking, but nothing cinematically truly like amazing about it.
Okay. Sound of music.
The music was pretty standard.
World War II.
It just sounded
Standard
like
World War
military,
II.
heroic.
Standard World War II.
40s music going
Standard
on.
World War II.
Yeah, there was times where 40s music were playing as you were doing some sneak
occasionally,
missions.
Is it a lot of horns? Is it a lot of John Williams ripoff?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Just think of any like I keep bringing up Band of Brothers because that's obviously a huge inspiration for this game. Just think of that type of thing going on.
I would say, yeah, it's decent. I think the voice acting is pretty
spot on.
top-notch.
Voice acting spot on. I think when you use, I don't know, these actors were spot on for the voice acting, stuff like that. You have your typical Boston accent going on from your Boston actor. You have your hard-ass CO, commanding officer for your platoon, and yeah, it's good.
Who's really just a big softy.
No, who's really just a drunk who's sad because he got his previous platoon killed. And he's trying his best to kill.
That's another.
And he's trying his best to kill your platoon too.
Yeah, pretty much actually. Yeah. I think the music is. I'd probably give the music a 3 because it's passable, and then I'd give this category an 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty
8?
solid.
Okay.
I don't think the music is Medal of Honor Frontline awesome because there's not some fat kid doing the like thing in this one.
Is that how it goes?
I cannot reach where that man reaches. So no, but it's awesome. It's great. And this one, it does sound pretty great though. And all the German is spot on, and like the sounds.
The German spot on.
It's beefy.
Herr Schweiss says so.
Yeah. The voice acting is always good. And I didn't really have any like, oh, this character sounded just like that last character kind of a thing. So they actually hired people to do voices. The guns sound great. I still love the crisp sound of the M1 Garand.
I think they might have just remastered the World at War sounds and just brought them over to this game.
Probably.
I mean, why do all the work again if you already done all this great sound capture?
Well, that's why every Call of Duty is the same, right?
Just bring back the M1 Garand sound. It's great still.
Yeah, I want them to make the M1 Garand like kind of shitty, like it really is, though, where it's like.
If you think, accuracy wise, it just gets frustrating if you make that realistic. But you know the point of how certain guns kill people faster than other guns. Yeah, I think that's true to a point. But you're still getting fucking shot with a bullet. One shot from anything should still kill someone if you shoot them in the head. So
yeah. This game doesn't do any of that.
And in World War II, there's no body armor.
That's true. So what would you give Sound Cam?
I'm going to give it an 8 as well. It sounded good. It's a good sounding game.
All right. So the last category of replayability. What are you guys going to give it?
Well, replayability, again, we kind of foreshadowed this. It's basically only for zombies and for the multiplayer. I'm going to give replayability a solid 8 as well, because if I see this on sale, I'm probably going to pick it up just to play some multiplayer.
All right. This one is where it's going to be a little different. I'm going to give it a 6. because I'm only going to replay it if it's cheap. And I did go back in and I replayed certain missions over again, but it was mostly just to grab a couple extra trophies. I wanted to get as many trophies as I could for my $3 rental price. I don't know if I'll buy this game. And the problem is Call of Duty lovingly doesn't care about their servers once the next Call of Duty comes out. So this one won't drop in price for a while. And by the time it does, the servers might be so ass that I might not even be able to play online, which is most of the reason why I would replay it. There is a drive, though. There is a draw. I do want to get the game. I don't want to pay $60 for it by any means, but I do want to get it, and I want to mess around online.
I wouldn't pay $60 for it either. Not at this point.
But I don't know. So I think I'm kind of...
because you guys have already played the fuck out of the game.
Yeah.
No, we beat the campaign. We probably put maybe just over 8 hours into it. So I don't know if that's played the fuck out.
Schweiss has done more. I know he has.
I think I put probably about 12 plus.
Because he probably had to play the equivalent of 2 campaigns the amount of times he had to restart it because he's playing on veteran.
Yeah. And I had to go back and get missed items and shit.
Yeah, he's trying to get a bunch of trophies for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a fun game. Overall, I enjoyed my time in it. I think it's worth it if you like Call of Duty.
How do you, in your personal opinion, how does it compare to the other more recent Call of Duty titles like Infinite Warfare and stuff like that?
I never played Infinite Warfare or Call of Duty.
The last one I think
Black
any
Ops
of us
3.
played was Advanced Warfare.
Cameron played Black Ops 3.
I
That
played
was
Black
after.
Ops 3.
Oh, yeah, you did.
But I don't like the style of the new ones. I don't like the futuristic.
I don't. I think they're trying to add too much to it with all the wall running and stuff like that.
I think going in this direction, the World War II
Do
direction,
you
is
really
a good
not
one.
like that? Because I do. I like the fucking stylishness. I love because Call of Duty.
Play Halo.
Call of Duty is fucking meant to be fast and destructive, and being able to do shit that's awesome, like wall running on top of that, only adds to it. I think. Because if you had the grappling hook thing that I saw them use in the trailers for the campaign, if you could just fucking zoom to certain parts of the map just by grappling it, that would be fucking awesome to shoot people as you're grappling. Because I've seen people do
Batman.
Yeah, like Batman basically. I've seen some people do some crazy shit.
I'd like to
in
see
that,
you
that
try to do
Titanfall
stuff like
game, but with
that. I got to
but it
hear the
being Call of
Craig
Duty.
rage just around the corner.
Everything should be Batman.
Not everything, but I do enjoy
It's
an
like the part
element
in,
of Batman.
It's like that thing in fucking
Batmantium.
Emperor's New Groove where the big fat guy is swinging on the rope and he misses. I do the Craig flailing.
Just playing this World War II game, it's high speed, man. You have to go fast and constantly move.
Yeah, gotta go fast, as Sonic would say.
Gotta go fast. All right. Our official Nude Clan score. Schweiss give it a 6 for story. Cameron give it a 7 for story. Gameplay, Schweiss give it an 8. Cameron gave it a 7. Design, they both give it 9s. For sound and music, they both give it 8s. And then for replayability, Schweiss give it a 6, and Cameron Wilson give it an 8. Schweiss' score is 37 out of 50. Cameron Wilson's score is 39 out of 50, with a combined score of, I believe, 76 out of 100. So, how's Metacritic holding up against that 76?
Metacritic has it sitting at a 79 out of 100 for
Oh,
PlayStation
pretty
4.
close. It's funny how close we get.
I mean, I think Metacritic should just hire us.
You know what's
to rate
really
their
sick
games.
though? The game earned over 500 million within 3 days of release, and right now there are 20.7 million players overall. 12.1 on the PlayStation, 7.8 on the Xbox, and 825,000 on Steam.
The prepubescent thirst for blood.
Wow.
Sold 168,234 copies in Japan on its first week too. So Japan bought the
did
hell
pretty
out of this
well,
game. They
yeah.
wanted to kill some Nazis as well.
Wow.
It was all German front stuff.
Why would they want to kill their ally? Just joking.
Anyway.
Uh,
All right, guys. Well, anything else to add to this episode of Nude Clan?
I don't think so. Have I gone off about the unions at my work
no,
on the show?
I don't think you've done on the show.
Okay, so yeah, so the post office is just fulfilled with union shit, right? And Everyone wants you to join. And
Fulfilled or
it's like,
filled and you stuttered?
Filled, just
Okay,
fucking
filled.
filled with
Fulfilled.
this
Filled.
shit. And
They can't feel fulfilled until union stuff is there.
yeah, I have run into a couple moments where people have been just absolute dickholes because of the union. I mean, there was a moment where okay, so listen to this. There's a union, and it's the union that shut down Hostess, by the way. So fuck those guys. The Teamsters, fuck off. There are people that load there's like a fucking conveyor belt system that all the packages get brought in boxes and shit, and they like lift it up, right? And they dump it onto this belt, and then it feeds it up to you, and you feed it out, and it like transfers it to wherever it needs to go, right? That's technically a union job. And what they can do is if a non-union employee is the one doing the dumping, like going and like dumping for you, they can actually file what's called a grievance, and the post office pays them for not doing their job. The post office gets charged for taking, quote unquote, taking away hours from mail handlers by other people doing their job for them. So you get paid for not doing your job on top of getting paid whatever you got hourly at this place. It's fucking insane, right? So that's crazy. That was like blowing my mind for like weeks on end. I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to get over how stupid this is.
There shall never be a geekdom union.
No. Don't you fuckers ever. But and then also I
unionize. We're all owners.
Who do we unionize with?
And then
Each other.
by the end, I was like, you know what? It's kind of the post office's fault because they don't hire enough people. So there's not enough people to do the work, so they get fined for it. So in a way, I can kind of get it, and it's whatever. And then the other day, we go into this room, and like there's a little cart, like a little fucking dolly. It looks like a hamper for laundry, right? It has a tiny tray in it with like 5 letters, 5 stamped letters. And the guy is like, hey, this is where we find the first class letters. He's like, oh, there's barely anything here. And then he turns to the mail handler guy, and he's like, do you mind do you want us to take these out there for you? And he's like, you a union member? You pay your dues? And then no. And I'm like, do we pay our dues? We're talking about the movement of like 5 letters of like 50 cents worth of postage. And you're going to be like, are you part of our club? Are you in the club, dude? No girls allowed. Okay, only boys, only the union. If you're not in the club, you can't do the work. It's like I'm in like 3rd grade and there's just children everywhere. Just children. And they have their little fucking clubs with their little like clubhouses, and you can't be in the club or you can't come in unless you're part of the club. It's fucking stupid, dude. And I've run into that like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, hey, is this where I'm supposed to put this? Well, technically, you're not supposed to move it at all. I'm like, is it where it goes? I don't fucking care if I'm technically not supposed to walk past this line unless I sign your shitty agreement that takes money out of my check every fucking 2 weeks. Can I put this here? Or yes or no? Is it okay? It's just fucking ridiculous, man. It's so ridiculous. It's like they're children. That's what it is. It's like they're kids, and they don't want you to be in their club because you're their annoying cousin that they don't like, and you're really nerdy, and you embarrass them. That's what it is here in this fucking place. And they're adults. They're grown men.
But you could join if you paid the money.
I'm not fucking joining because I'm not paying them for nothing. I'm not paying them for their help or their like fighting for me because they fight for you anyway. I'm not gonna pay them to do it. They do it as is. But it's sick, and I've just been getting really fucking tired of it. Especially the one guy who was like, "Do you pay your dues?" I'm like, I almost want to become a mail handler and not join the union and be like, fuck you, fuck your dues. I'm doing it because I can. So I can do it without paying your stupid membership fee, your stupid club. Fucking insane. It's insane. Grown men, adults, all of them older than me, just acting like fucking kids.
Yeah. Sorry, you have to deal with that choice.
Yeah. And they're lazy. They're lazy. Of course, most of the people there are fucking lazy anyway. That's why they have to join the union, because they'll get fired because they're shit. That's what it is. They're like, well, I joined just because I felt threatened. I'm like, yeah, because you're fucking slow.
So you're saying
I'd feel threatened too if I were a gimp.
You're saying the union is enabling them to be lazy.
Yeah, it kind of is, yeah. And that's why I don't want to join, is because I want to be like, look, man, You could fucking fire me if I'm shit, but I'm not going to be shit, so don't fucking try. It bugs me, dude. It bugs me.
I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have joined the one of the organizations in this world that has got one of the biggest unions.
Yeah. The Postal Service is extremely
Postal Service
unionized. Yeah, that's why it doesn't make any money. Yeah, that's because they're unionized. That and Congress runs it, and they don't know how to fucking run money. All they know how to do is spend it. Fucking idiots. That also bothers me. Is like they're regulated by Congress, but they're privately funded. So Congress can like pull the strings, and they're like, no, you can't increase. You can't increase your profits. You can't charge more. You're just gonna have to come up with it.
I don't want to charge more.
Oh, and by the way, you have to back pay everyone's pension.
You know how much FedEx was to ship something to, to Europe versus USPS?
You know how much I paid to fucking fax some shit through FedEx? I faxed 12 pieces of paper, and it was almost $30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not unionized. We're contracted out.
It's because
avoid unions.
It's like one of 3 fax machines in this side of the country is the fucking problem. But I felt very violated.
You felt
and the guy
violated.
was like, and the guy, I hate it because like they act like they don't realize how bullshit expensive things are too. He's like, is there anything else I can get for you today? I'm like, fuck no. Like what else do you think I'm gonna buy from you? Like, would you like a bar of solid gold today as well, sir, to go with your $5,000?
3 times the market price. Too.
Yeah, 3 times the standard going rate at this moment. Like sick, but yeah, I don't know. I get really fed up with stupid people, and
well, they are people who are very particular. So that's a person that you're dealing with, not so much like all of them. I'm sure there's union workers in there who wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
move those letters over.
I guess, but they grieve it, and they just get more money. So why wouldn't they give a shit? If they can be like, hey, they took time from me. They took our hours.
Well, then don't do it.
I won't.
Okay.
And I don't. But it's fucking retarded. And I get it, though, because management is kind of shitty, obviously. So that's why everyone feels like they're bullied into it. But I'm like, just don't be shit, and you should be fine. But we'll find out. We'll find out how it goes with me not joining their stupid fucking club. And, yeah, we'll see. Because they asked me about it the other day, and I was like, I sat through the little presentation, and I just didn't say a word. I was like, okay, cool. Threw away the paper. I was like, nah, you guys are, no.
If you stay there long enough, I bet you'll join.
They're going to come in your house tomorrow night and just do the old soap in the sock trick.
Join up, boy. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing.
Join the club. Join the club where you can't move the fucking man.
Join the Geekdom Entertainment or Nude Clan Club. You can do that by going to patreon.com and supporting the show.
Did you pay your dues yet?
You pay your dues for Nude Clan. Other ways to support, of course, the non-union ways of supporting is by going through our Amazon link, or maybe if you want to try out Audible, then you can go through audibletrial.com/NudeClan. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGillier.
Me at Obsidian Bob.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And tweet the show at Nude Clan Podcast. And that's where the poll is at as well. It should be pinned to the profile in case you want to vote there. And I'm not liking the results as of right now. It's pissing me off. Anyway, shit. I guess next week is South Park Fractured But Whole. So if you have any opinions on that game, please let us know, and ask questions in the forums, all that good stuff. Give us iTunes reviews. We really appreciate that. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Thank you to Joseph Moon for the pledge, and live always in the nude.
Whoa!
No!